It's here, guys. Brand new gameplay of Fallout 76. Get hyped. Because, of course, what you're seeing on screen here is some PvP action. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, of course. And then we're going to be seeing some new locations. But I'm totally hyped because, yes, today's the day. It's October 8th, the day a lot of us were waiting for. The Fallout 76 gameplay dump has happened. And this comes from Xbox. So this is the official Xbox coverage right here, and they did an interview with Pete Hines, talking about some brand new gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. But also we're going to be seeing the greenbrier as well. I'm going to talk about the gameplay, then we're going to go in depth with what we are seeing with the HUD, some side activities. We're going to be talking about base building as well, and then going into a little bit about microtransactions, which is only for cosmetics, by the way, but we're going to be talking about that too. But man, my first reactions from this game is, yeah, I'm totally hyped still. The game looks beautiful. We are going to be seeing some things that really are quite cool, including this right here, emerging from the vault the first time. Now, a lot of this stuff is stuff you're going to be experiencing during the beta. Remember, the beta is going to be happening October 23rd, first Xbox One, and then October 30th for PC and PS4. And it's going to be basically running up until launch, which is going to be November 14th. But I did want to remind you, I'm going to be covering the hell out of this game for sure. So subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell notification icon, because I'm going to drop those videos constantly for you guys. Keep you updated about everything Fallout 76. You better believe it. But let's go back to that gameplay, shall we? So, yeah, this is an example of one of the musical instruments you can find, which looks to be a banjo in the game, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that a little bit more. But you can interact with your squad, of course, and there's Pete Hines. He seems to be totally excited about, you know, revealing this game finally and having people go hands-on with the game. If you want to see the interview, by the way, I'm going to throw that in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But we have some Scorched here and some feral ghouls and stuff attacking, of course. So you got to be really on your toes, and it's going to be super helpful to find a good squad. And there's a look at the map. Now, what's really cool is you can see all the players on the map, which I am seeing is super important. I was kind of torn beforehand about this, if they should have done this, but what's really cool is you can kind of send a message to anyone, it looks like, at any time, perhaps saying, do you want to squad up, or something like that. So it's a good way to kind of meet with other random players, and as you can see here, you can trade with one another and really work together to make sure you survive the apocalypse. But again, right here, this shot here just shows how beautiful this game is. West Virginia, you would never really think of a location like that for an open world, but man, it is beautiful. And here's PvP again. But let's move on to some more new shots as well. Let's make sure that we got this properly set up here. There we go. Of course, you're going to be taking on missions by talking to, you know, the robots around the area and stuff like that. And they will give you missions as well as holotapes. So that's going to be super important. We're going to be going over some of the missions you will be able to undertake. But here's an area we can see some ghouls attacking. So again, yeah, keeping close to squad is going to be very, very important. But here's a look at the workbenches. So, of course, you guys have probably heard about these workbenches. They're going to be super important, and they're going to really be really vital to grabbing those and securing those. And they're going to encourage PvP because all those players are going to be going after workbenches as well. Then you have your camp system here, which you can basically set that down anywhere and begin building your settlement. You're probably wondering, well, Robbie, what's the difference between a workbench and, you know, settlements? Well, workbenches are where you can really store stuff, begin crafting stuff as well, but you'll gain access to more resources too, and you'll be able to place harvesters around the area and gain more resources from that as well. Now, here is a look at a co-op settlement area. Now, this is going to be awesome to find. I think this is in the Flatwoods or something like that, but when you find this, you'll be able to build larger settlements with your buddies and take on the wasteland in that manner. Now, you're going to want to build some defenses, of course, because you will eventually be attacked in what I, call, I guess you would call them horde events. As you can see, this is one of them happening right here. It's a public quest that everyone is also notified about in the area too. So again, that can kind of encourage PvE type stuff as well, even with people outside of your squad. But we got to see the golf course there, and then here are the mines here as well. So you have your more open areas, and then your more claustrophobic areas as well. So a wide variety of gameplay on offer for sure. And again, the game looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? This looks gorgeous. Now, you're being warned there that you need water, so you are going to have to consider water and food, and that's going to have impact on your stats as well. Here, you're being warned about, food rotting over time as well. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit more about the Atom system in just a moment. That's super important because that's going to be used for actually purchasing those cosmetic, they're not upgrades, I guess you would call, but just cosmetics. So that's going to be used for that. But let's go back to the footage here, talk a little bit more about what we are seeing in depth. Here is PvP action. Of course, you can use VATS in real time. As you can see in the top right corner, we have a lot of missions going on here. So we have a request government airdrop mission, which requires us, to upload U.S. government supply requisition holotape. And then, of course, our overarching mission, which is First Contact, find the Overseer in Flatwoods, which is going to be something we're going to be pursuing in the beta. Remember, all of our progress will carry over into the beta as well. Now, also, it says for miscellaneous missions that we can investigate the trailer, find jukeboxes to bring the music back to Summersville, retrieve your dropped loot because previously this player has died, and then you can kill unruly golfer feral ghouls, at White Spring, and then collect and hold White Spring holotape. So it's encouraging you to basically go around the area and explore. Now, you'll be notified about a lot of those objectives instantly. You're not going to have to really search them out. If you're in an area, you're going to be notified of those pretty quickly. But here we see what is called the Honey Beast, and it seems like he's kind of like, I guess you would say, a little boss there. He looks like a big creature for sure. And I imagine he packs a punch as well. Now, the petrified corpses are curious because that might be left over from the nuclear launch. I'm not too sure, the nuclear devastation, so that's interesting. But here is Greenbrier. Absolutely stunning. We've seen some clips of that in real life, but this is so cool. You can see all the, robots roaming around here. And they're going to be giving you quests and stuff like that as well. But it's so cool to finally see this. Now, if you're wondering, this is running on Xbox, of course. This is not like a PC with an Xbox controller plugged in. So we have yet to see, like, the ultra graphics from the PC version. And, of course, I know a lot of you guys are really curious about what's going on with the PS4 version. So I'll keep you updated with that. So stay tuned. Again, you have Xbox, which has a deal with Bethesda to get the beta a week ahead of everyone else. Now, also, you are being told to track the Overseer and listen to the Overseer's holotape, I believe it was. But you can see some of the caves. Now, these caves, of course, I always think of the caves, and they remind me a lot of Skyrim in some ways. Even when I explored some of the caves in, Fallout 4, you get that Skyrim feel sometimes. But yeah, there's going to be a wide variety of musical instruments too, and it says playing instruments helps you relax, play long enough to gain a bonus effect. So it's not just something that's, surface level. There is a more in-depth gameplay mechanic there as well. And there's a wide variety of emotes, so I just can't freaking wait to get online with you all and do this stuff and have a blast just exploring. But here's another look at the golf course. Let me rewind that. Looks absolutely stunning here. We have some construction going on or something like that down here. But this looks like it could cater towards some sniper gameplay as well. And it looks like the missions are still the same. You're still trying to knock down missions in the local area here. Looks like a lot of players stayed nearby Greenbrier, the Greenbrier Hotel, which is going to be luxurious. Quite the experience. But here are some Scorched, of course, and he's taking some damage as well. And you can see the warning there that he has a major injury as well. And here is a look, again, at that map. You're going to fast travel once again, and there's Vault 76. as you can see. Now, he's kind of roamed a little bit further out there. As you can see, he's kind of in the center of the map here. But there's Mothman Museum. There's a lot of players clustered near that area. And here is someone in their power armor. And you can invite them to a trade. As you can see, you initiate that trade by pressing Y on your Xbox controller. Or it's going to be triangle on your PS4. Don't know what the command will be on PC. But yeah, you can initiate that trade anytime. And you could set the prices as well of your items. So that's something to consider. Maybe you can be an SOP and try to set those prices as high as possible. Who knows? It's really up to you. But players will catch on to what you are doing, of course. But yeah, just exploring the wasteland looks like a real thrill here. I really want to see some more PvP action. You know, we saw some here as well. It looks like a total blast. I'm curious to see more on how this VAT system works in depth, of course. And then our missions are still pretty much the same as you can see there. Now, when you get into your camp, you're going to be told to craft certain items. These are going to be part of, again, completing certain challenges where you're going to earn that bonus XP. And yes, atoms. Now, a lot of you guys are wondering, yeah, Robbie, let's talk about atoms a little bit more. So atoms are going to be used for, you know, getting cosmetics, of course. But they can also be purchased with real cash, real money. And they are not used for any type of gameplay enhancement like pay to win. So that's important to remember. But you can earn atoms again just by playing the game. So if you can knock down those challenges, go through the world, keep completing stuff as you go, you're going to be, you know, earning those atoms. Now, I'm hoping that it's not too grindy. If it's overwhelming with the grind, then they're going to have bad reception with that for sure. But Pete Hines said that they're going to be giving atoms to you quite regularly, and I really hope that pans out to be true, of course. I'm going to watch that, of course, when the game comes out and whatever's happening with the beta. They may adjust that in the future, but you get 500 atoms out of the gate by pre-ordering the game, they said, or you can just, you know, purchase those later down the road. Now, I can't wait to see what other type of events there are going to be here, public events. There's going to be events that, you know, are also showcasing some of the bigger enemies in the game, you got to remember. Like, we've seen that Scorched Beast as well. So it's not going to just be like hordes of feral ghouls or stuff like that. It's going to be different types of events and happenings, I guess you would say, around the open world. But I did want to also go ahead and highlight some of your top comments over the past day. Remember, leave a comment down below for a chance for it to end up in the video. So let's do this. So the first top comment comes from Supergo30 or something like that. He says, I didn't know anything about the game, but still pre-ordered it, and now I'm getting more and more excited button. Got 132 upvotes. A lot of you guys agree that you're still just learning about this game. It's so interesting. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He was talking about all the games that he's going to be getting this fall, you know, Red Dead, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, are you going to team up with me in, you know, Fallout 76? I would love to play with you in Fallout 76. And he's like, oh yeah, Fallout 76, that looks, you know, really good. He's like, what are you talking about, teaming up together? I don't know what you mean. He's like, that's single player, right? It's Fallout. I said, no, this is going to be full-on multiplayer, 24 players to a server. And he was just shocked. He's like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Like, he just found out about this, and he's a Fallout fan. So I found that hilarious, and I was telling him, hey man, you can even launch nukes against one another on this map. And he was absolutely blown away. So yeah, people are still discovering this game, which is quite surprising. Of course, there's a lot of competition this year, especially, again, with Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that. But it was so cool to see someone's reaction like that, for sure. Next top comment comes from Carlo, who said, imagine just walking in a house to see a group of 4 people with power armor, and he got 106 upvotes. It's going to be like one of those viral videos. We've seen similar stuff in other games, of course. I remember seeing all the viral videos with Fortnite. You open up like a bathroom door, and there's like 4 players ready to kill you. So I think that's going to be happening in Fallout 76. At least I hope. I hope that funny stuff does really happen often. That'd be great. The Star Wars Hub says, who would love free map expansions for DLC? And great to see a Star Wars fan, of course, in the comments. And he got 66 upvotes. Talk about Order 66 right there. But yeah, free DLC is going to be a big part of the Fallout 76 experience. They want to keep gamers in this for years, they've said. And one way they're doing it is through the Atom system, of course, with those cosmetic microtransactions. Again, hopefully they don't overdo it with the grindiness of the game. That's going to be super important to that experience. But yeah, I'm totally hyped for the free stuff. I'm hoping that they keep, changing up the map and stuff like that. That's what I'm wanting to see. There's games that are always experimenting with that as well. So hopefully they really stay on that. But guys, there's a look at some brand new Fallout 76 gameplay. You can find the Pete Hines interview in the description below if you want to, watch that, of course, and see what they have to say about the game. But I'm going to be crafting a lot more videos. Stay tuned. I'm totally hyped. I know you guys are hyped. So remember, subscribe, turn on that notification icon. Follow me on Facebook. I'm going to be streaming the beta. I'm going to be streaming Fallout 4, of course, as well to celebrate all of this. But yeah, totally hyped over here again. Can't freaking wait. Look forward to more. And thank you guys for all the support on the videos recently. And I will see you guys soon enough in the Wasteland. Take care.